Guys, thanks for hanging out today for a little bit. Just awesome to have you all here.
Amazing.
All right, cool. So we're all from different industries, so this is always fun. But I'm always interested to hear what people from different industries and verticals want to see happen when it comes to marketing in their own industries. So especially like now, it's so saturated. So any thoughts on that? What you guys want to see?
Yeah, I would say in real estate, we definitely want to get to more of an authentic focus as we continue to connect with people because there's a lot of realtors out there. There's over 2 million across the country. So if we can find a way to go ahead and connect with them in a deeper level with the community, I think that authentic focus is really what I'm seeing out there that I'd love to see.
Well, you do this really well because I've seen your Instagram. And you are not to me like a realtor. You're like the god of Orange County. Like people ask you where to go eat tacos, and you're like this kind of like advocate for the neighborhood. That's like intentional on your part, or is just like stuff that you like doing?
Yeah, it's both, right? If you like doing it, it makes it very easy to do it. But I think that being a hub for the community, that's really what people want. And not only do what people want, but it's something that leads to more conversations and you enter them where you basically enter where they're at in their mind.
It definitely makes you deeper, like a more three-dimensional, right? Right. Any other thoughts?
Absolutely. In the coaching and in the wellness space, I would say that deepening is really what I would like to see as well, because I think one of the things that really straps or binds people from sharing their gifts and being a transformative force for other people is that they hold back on their stories. They hold back on why they did this. They hold back on their personal stories that once they tell them, we've all been in an audience where you hear somebody else say something and you're like, wow, you sharing that today changed my life today. Well, having that happen and in this space where we can empower, because through the gift of social media, can be a lot of ripples affecting a lot of more people.
Yeah, I think for me in sales, obviously sales and marketing should go hand in hand, but many times they're kind of like separate entities. And I would like to see obviously a lot more deeper connection through the stories and just having that funnel look a little bit different in terms of not just being like a V funnel, but more of like a bow tie funnel. I like that approach where like you have marketing on one side and then the sales in the middle, but then you have, after you make the sale, you actually have to build the results and the impact, right? And so that's the part where the retention and the referral base comes in to go back in.
I was so bad for you because salespeople get a bad rap, and so we don't want to sound like a used car salesman. Yeah. I'm like, I'm always thinking about DK. It's like we always throw him under the bus. He's not a used car salesman, right? He's a sales trainer, but like salespeople get this weird bad rap. But actually, a few months ago, like you had this opportunity because a guy I knew they were selling something. They needed someone to do sales, and you were like, "Hey, I don't think I could do this. I don't like the style. They're just churning and burning." And I was like, I actually trust DK more that he had some principles. And he was like, this is not how I do it. You built real estate tech and Access, of course, in real estate. So I just super appreciated that. Steven, you're in law.
Yeah, I was about to say, you think you're not wanted in a room. Oh my gosh. In law, we face multiple state regulations. And so our marketing is really constrained, both by law and culturally. Attorneys say over the age of, say, 55, grew up in an era where literally lawyer advertising on TV was banned. And so there's a real stigma around it. However, that's the reason I like being able to market with personal stories, because they're just stories. And by using a personal story, an attorney will be able to connect with the clients that they want. And the clients that they won't be will be, attracted to them. And so I think that that's one of the trends we'll see in marketing, is that personal stories will become increasingly into the next year and especially into the next decade, because I think attorneys are far behind these other industries. But we'll see the adoption of the social media aspects of marketing as well as the personal story aspects of marketing. Yeah. And if they don't, they're going to go out of business.
Sheila, how about you? Like you work with leaders, many of whom serve nonprofits. I think they tend to assume like, okay, if our cause makes people cry, enough people will give us money.
Yes.
But we do trust a person first in the life of World Vision or whatever that it started with one person.
Yeah.
right? So what do you see there that they need to do?
Yeah, what I really hope to see as we move in the future is to see nonprofit leaders really embrace marketing as a bridge to the people that they want to serve. It's sometimes they're a little reserved in even sharing their stories because they don't want to come across as salesy, but sometimes that story is really the thing that's going to build a bridge so that people understand what they're doing. And they don't like the word marketing maybe, but it's getting their message out there. And I would love to see them fully embrace all avenues of marketing so they can do that.
Well, I clearly remember there have been times where I've heard an interview or seen an interview on a podcast or something. I didn't know the person that they were interviewing, but I knew Charity Water. And then I was like, oh, that nonprofit has a good brand. So I trust them. I want to hear what this guy has to say. My friend Rob Morris runs a nonprofit called Love 146.
Yes.
And they have a good brand. But he's also still one of the primary advocates for the brand. It's cool to see this. I think what's interesting is that like across all these different, industries, real estate, sales, coaching, legal, nonprofit, I'm in marketing, people are just getting smarter. You can't say anymore that this kind of relational marketing and personal service is just for one niche. I think in the next couple of years, it's just the norm. Just like content marketing is the norm now. Everyone has to create content. It's just the norm. This is just going to be the norm. And, good people shine through. Thank you guys for just showing up today. You guys are among the best people I know, especially in your respective industries. Thank you for doing things right and for stopping by the studio here to hang out. Just super appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for joining me today. Till next time, live your message, love your work, leave your mark on the world, and I will see you back here on the next episode.